Yuba-Sutter.LIVE is pleased to present the 2025 Yuba-Sutter Veterans Day Parade from downtown Marysville, with support from Comfort Keepers of Yuba-Sutter and Nevada counties, and by the Yuba-Sutter Veterans Day Parade volunteers and organizations involved. Thanks for financial support from Linda Post 807 of the American Legion. We'll be back with the 2025 Yuba-Sutter Veterans Day Parade from downtown Marysville on Yuba-Sutter.LIVE. Good morning to you, Ted Langdell, and we are here with our fine announcing staff here.
Good morning, Ted. It's a beautiful
We've been having
day.
some very interesting and not exactly what we had planned technical issues, which seems to be de rigueur here. This is
That is Israel Garcia in that World War II Jeep with our POW, Obi Wickersham. Sergeant First Class Obi Wickersham was a Korean War ex-POW, and he entered the service in May of 1943 and served as a paratrooper with the 82nd Airborne Division in World War II throughout Europe. I tell you, he is one amazing individual.
And here we have the Grand Marshal of the parade.
That is T.J. Fetters. He entered the U.S. Air Force in December of 1964.
Wait a minute, let's see if we can get him on camera here.
Hey, T.J., how you doing, buddy? Great to see you.
There we are.
He's been stationed in Cam Ranh Base, South Vietnam, Vandenberg Air Force Base, Korat Air Force Base, Kadena Air Force Base. You know what? TJ has just been all over the world. He is an amazing individual, and not only is our Grand Marshal, but he is very involved with the Special Olympics program here in the Yuba-Sutter area. Just an amazing individual. Coming up, we've got our mayor of Marysville, that's right, Chris Branscombe, who is also a veteran. He is a U.S. Navy retired veteran. The City of Marysville, through the Marysville City Council, is a proud co-sponsor of the annual Veterans Day Parade. The Marysville City Council consists of our mayor. Oh wow, check it out. We have got our Colby Lod Spirit Team. You guys are great. And they are the Mary Kovalod Spirit Team, 32 4th and 5th graders. They are so happy to be a part of this Veteran Day Parade. And they would like to thank every veteran, past and present, for our brave courage and service. We've got our Yuba County Sheriff's Department and the Tactical Yuba County SWAT Team. And our Yuba County Sheriff, Wendell Anderson, is proud to present the men and women of the Yuba County Sheriff's Department as he leads some of the specialty units of his departments in this year's parade. Being represented are the Patrol Division, Search and Rescue with our Men's and Women Posse, Marine Enforcement, Animal Care Services, and our STARS volunteers. Adhering to a high standard of conduct and ethics, these dedicated employees and volunteers reflect a shining example in professionalism and character. We value our nation's veterans and we thank them for their service to our country. And we also thank our Yuba County Sheriff's Department for their service and everything they do to our community. We've got our Yuba County Search and Rescue, more of the specialty units with the Sheriff's Department. It was a really, really spectacular opening this morning, folks. We're, over here located on 3rd and D Street, so we're, towards the middle end of the parade route. This morning opened with a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner sung by Pam Souza, and then the American Legion Post 705, they actually had buglers staged at every intersection through downtown, historic, and very beautiful Marysville, I might add, and they all played taps. It was just such a beautiful moment. And then we actually had a flyover of a Huey helicopter from one of our local agriculture folks that go out and do the crop dusting out there. So it is a really, really spectacular event.
By way of introduction, I'm Ted Langell, and you are watching Yuba-Sutter.LIVE's. Finally got it on the air. We had most of it set up, and then things started dropping out. But as we go along here, we will be able to improve what we're doing. Sometimes it's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday, technical difficulties, but we're live at you, and we're going to have an amazing time today.
Yep.
The Jeeps that you see going on past are our Northern Recon Group. The 1942 MB Jeep served in Operation Torch in Northern Africa and the invasion of Sicily. It's completely restored back to the original condition by its owner, Mr. Mike Boss. So for 23 years, the parade has been happening here in Marysville. I've been involved with the parade for the past 21 years, in 2013, and stayed on. And during the running of the parade, there's only been 2 instances where they didn't do it. One was in 2018, shortly after the campfire. And just if you all remember the conditions out here.
Smoky.
Oh, so smoky. And then again, of course, when we went through COVID in 2021. But those have been the only 2 times. And another interesting trivia, yep, there's our Northern Recon Group, and that is our Blue Star Moms, that's right. Walt Wachowski is driving a 1968 Kaiser Willie Deuce and a half, carrying the Tri-Counties Blue Star Moms, which is a local chapter of the National Blue Star Mothers of America. We have or had children serving in all branches of the military, and they participate in community events to support local military soldiers as well as families and their local veterans. And they are always seeking new members. So if you would like to reach out, just go on the internet and type in Tri-Counties Blue Star Moms. Just such an amazing organization, Ted. And they're actually going to be packing up care packages they sent out to our deployed military members that are serving overseas. So as I was mentioning, during the 23 years that this parade has happened, a little bit of trivia, it has never rained on this parade. Now, some of you guys, Ted, if you remember, last year was a little bit drizzly and cold right at the beginning of the parade, but if you remember, it stopped raining, and it didn't rain until the parade was over, and that's actually happened 2 or 3 times. And in fitting tradition, we have the rains that'll be moving in tomorrow. So we are once again lucky to have a very dry Yuba-Sutter Veterans Day Parade. We've got our VFW Post 948. The Veterans of Foreign Wars was formed in 1913, comprising of the veterans of Civil War, Army of the Grand Republic, Spanish-American War, and Philippine Insurrection. Bishop Landbach, Post 948 of Marysville, was formed all the way back in 1919. Hey, Mr. Ray Bull, after the Great World War, and was incorporated in 1936. The mission of the VFW: veterans, veteran families, widows, orphans, and to promote patriotism. We have our Lao Veterans American Assembly. The Hmong were recruited by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency during the secret war in Vietnam. Hmong soldiers rescued downed American pilots from enemy territories and defended American outposts in Laos. Today, many of them live in our Yuba-Sutter area. And you do know, Ted, I have a soft spot for the American Legion as I'm involved with the Bear River American Legion post in Wheatland. We have so many posts that are located here in the Yuba-Sutter area, Post 42. And right here coming down the road is our American Legion Post 705 out of Yuba City. Sutter Post, the American Legion Post serving Sutter County veterans, active duty personnel, and their families. The American Legion is the largest veteran service organization in the world with 15,000 posts worldwide. Riding in the Deuce and a Half is Shemaya Sutton from the Territorial Dispatch. Got a veteran, Harold Sanchez. He is from Korea. and more of our veterans from Post 705.
I'd remind folks that we're going to have a replay. We'll make some improvements and fixes to what we're doing now, and you'll be able to watch the replay at 7 o'clock. And this is important because if you are in the parade, you couldn't come down here, something like that, you'll be able to watch. And now we have one of I'm getting notifications that we've got a poor signal for some reason. I can understand the 48,000 we're trying to do things.
All right, if we can see that, that is our classic tractor, Ron Hiskins.
Where are these folks from?
Okay.
Where are these folks from?
Hey, you're from Oregon House. He's driving a 1942 Farmer BN. Rod is the original tractologist and founder of the Parade of Classics. These things are so neat. This year, the classic tractor fans want to honor one of their own, Captain Jeff Greenwood, who served as a naval aviator with over 500 carrier landings on 3 different ships. He flew 200 combat missions and earned 29 medals, including 2 distinguished flying crosses. He loved old tractors and restored this piece of rusty yard art into a beautiful politician's wagon. Aboard was his lovely wife Kathy, and they are wishing you all the cab. The wagon is being towed by Rod Haskin with his 1947 John Deere. Oh, and there is just so many different tractors to showcase. We've got a 1942 Farm Hill Club.
In terms of the sheer length of the number of entries in the tractor crew here, this has got to be the biggest entry here.
Absolutely. I am like looking at a count of close to 25, almost 30 tractors are actually coming down D Street right now. It is pretty awesome.
It's a great view here.
And the tractors range from different models, 1952 Ford 8N, 1946 Ford 2N, 1953 Ford Jubilee, and of course John Deere. Everybody always recognizes that signature green and yellow. We've got a lot of John Deere classics here.
There's your red Massey Ferguson and international colors.
I love that putter that these tractors make. It's actually pretty cool.
I want to mention that our sponsors today are Comfort Keepers of Yuba-Sutter and Nevada counties. We didn't get a chance to do that at the beginning of the broadcast. And we have support from the folks who have been organizing this parade for many, many decades, the various veterans organizations, and in particular, Linda Post 807 of the American Legion, which provided us with some financial support. More John Deere green coming down the roadway here.
Ted, I think I'm ready to go out and buy a tractor. Not sure what I would do with it in Plumas Lake, but I'm sure I'd be the talk of the neighborhood.
Well, with the right implements, you could mow your lawn.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
We've got a good crowd here today.
It is. It's always a great turnout. You know, the support that we get from Yuba-Sutter and the entire community to all of the veterans and the active duty out at Beale Air Force Base has simply been just phenomenal. I know in my entire time at Beale, which is close to 21 years, I've been extremely appreciative of everything that this community is outreach to us and has done for us, throughout the years. So
there's a good mix of tractors here. You've got Fords, you've got IH, International Harvester. McCormick was the predecessor of International Harvester. There's a Ford going by now, and this one is in Ford Blue, which is the current color, I guess. And then we have some Massey Ferguson, I think, is the one in yellow popping up right now.
Yep. Looks like we've got...
that's a Ford.
Is a Ford?
Here's a case.
It's a case. There you go.
All right. We can make a case for the case, right?
Yes, sir. And we've got our Yuba City Council coming up right now.
Who's in this vehicle here?
That looks like... I have a list of a couple of veterans there. They're amazing. I'll have to look through my notes to figure out who those two gentlemen are. They might have snuck in, and I certainly hope they did, because they are awesome representing the service to our country. Here's our mayor and vice mayor and council members.
Yuba City PD.
Yep. And basically, they brought out their school resource police vehicles. One vehicle is wrapped in the Yuba City High School logos, our honkers.
Yep. These two vehicles, actually, there's 3 vehicles that they wrapped.
Yep.
And these were done by one of my sponsors. The old brain here doesn't work quite the way it used to. And of course, we have the Boy Scouts here.
Yep, that is Cub Scout Pack 43. The Cub Scout Pack 43 would like to say thank you to all the veterans for their service to our country. Cub Scout Pack of 43, I know these guys quite well. How are you guys doing? They inspire character, citizenship, and adventure in youth grades, kindergarten through 5. If you'd like to join the adventure, they meet Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. at the Cooper Avenue Baptist Church.
And these little carts seem to be very, very popular these days. In fact, I bought to go out to Beale and do the live streaming that we did out there. In fact, it's sitting right in front of us, and I found it's very, very helpful.
This is our Loma Rica Foothills Lion Club. I think that is the best kept secret in the foothills, folks. And they're featuring military vehicles and civilian members active in the club. These veterans served during conflicts throughout our history, from Vietnam through Desert Storm. They are grateful for our veterans and salute them for their value, honor, and service. They invite you to go out and visit the Veterans Wall of Honor and Memorial Park at our club in Loma Rica. And they are just such a great American association, great community support. And they put out some amazing meals too. If you ever have an opportunity, head on out to the foothills and visit our Foothills Lions Club.
Well, we had tractors a minute ago. Yeah. Now we have classic cars. That's a, 55 or 56 Bel Air?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing a 63. I may be dating myself if I know these vehicles. 63 or 64 Chevy Impala. And something that's not exactly a classic. Let's get a look at this Chevy coming up here in just a minute.
That is nice. And these vehicles are all representing the Yuba County Republican Central Committee, also known as FLOAT. The Yuba County Republicans headquarters is located right here in downtown Marysville at 536 E Main Street next to 7-Eleven. They would like to invite the community to stop by and volunteer as they promote God, country, and family.
We've got a band coming up here.
That is right, folks. They are the River Valley Falcon Marching Band. Please welcome them. They are under the direction of Mr. Michael Taylor.
And maybe they will stop and perform for us.
Under the direction of Michael Taylor, along with staff members Curtis Wright and Victoria.
I think we're going to get a little music, folks.
Here we go.
Who is the drum major? Is that indicated there?
Actually, it's not. They are being led by drum major Pramanjot Baines. I actually played trumpet when I was at parades like this for many, many years.
What instrument did you play?
I played trumpet. We always like to be loud and proud. Very good friend of mine. This is from our. This is Miss Rager, superintendent of schools. All of our veterans for their self to our country. Yep, so short. And you know how they say never volunteer? Well, they asked, does anybody hand up? And then I was volunteering. Military training bugle corps. Here we've got our Yuba-Sutter Masonic family. They are a service-based organization of like-minded people committed to bettering themselves and their communities. The Masonic family is made up of the Friends, Commandery of Knights Templar, Shriners of Northern California, Demole for boys, and Job Daughters and Rainbows for girls.
Around the area do an awful lot of good. And they commercials with the little kids for the Shriners.
Every one of these gentlemen right here, that's right, that is personnel. I was an aircraft maintainer growing up, and the black support personnel for the SR-71, U-2, KC-135, and T-38 aircraft assigned to the 9th Reconnaissance
What was your
Squadron.
favorite plane out there?
True. The Dragon Lady is my 93Q radio, your community radio station. They want to thank every veteran. Ooh, we have ample health right here. Care to pediatric, dental, behavioral health, chiropractic, abuse treatment through the Alpha Recovery and covered California.
Here we have Girl Scouts.
Scouts.
Lots of Girl Scouts.
Absolutely. The Oleo May Service Unit of Girl Scouts, Heart of California. 3 girls and 134 adult Sutter County areas. Our Girl Scouts are comprised of girls ages 4 to 18. Since 1912, the Girl Scouts have been the premier leadership development organization for girls. The Girl Scout mission is to build girls for courage, confidence, and character, who strive to make the world a better place. Ted, we have got another amazing marching band coming up.
Yes, we do.
That's right.
We also have another amazing camera finally up and running.
This is our Marysville Charter Academy for the Arts Marching Band. Let's listen in. Academy for the Arts Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Anthony Hartman and Jump Major Elise Sorensen. Right behind them are the Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War, Henry C. Vietkamp. And And then we've got our U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps and the St. Isidore Catholic School. This parade is so full. I will tell you, the marshallers are doing such a great job. We're not seeing any type of breaks in the parade. We are going full force through this parade. That is our St. Isidore Catholic School. How you guys doing, guys?
And
the St. Isidore Catholic School currently serves students TK through 8th grade, and they are committed to promoting the spiritual, academic, and developmental growth of each student within our local community.
and here we have the Linda Fire Department.
That's right, and you know, what is a parade without a fire truck, right?
Well,
they
yes,
have to be
as long
here.
as they don't have a fire, we're in good shape, and so are they.
Absolutely, and the Linda Firemen's Association, they would like to thank all veterans of this country, past, present, and future. That is the Linda Fire Department.
True story. When we moved up to this area in 1965 from Walnut Creek in the Bay Area, we lived right across the street from the Linda Fire Department. And whenever the siren went off, we knew something was cooking. And who's coming up now?
We've got the Sutter Yuba County's 4-H group. If you ever want to see these guys in action, go to any local fair because you will see them doing what they do best. How you guys doing? 4-H is the nation's largest youth development organization, growing confident young people who are empowered for life today and prepared for careers tomorrow. 4-H stands for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. They have over 12 4-H clubs in Sutter and Yuba counties. Enrollment in 4-H is open year-round. If you're interested, please contact the 4-H office at 530.
Who is number 77 here?
That is
more 4-H.
Yeah, that is our 4-H, and they can be contacted at 530-822-7515. And they're always looking for membership. My girls were in the 4-H, and they really loved the experience. So they blasted by us so fast, Ted, but I want to go back and talk about the U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps.
Okay.
The United States Navy Sea Cadet Corps is a locally based nonprofit and the U.S. Navy League's youth development program for young men and women ages 10 through 18. The Sea Cadets build skills, confidence, and lifelong friendships through next-level training, teamwork challenges, and enhancers like sailing, aviation, robotics, STEM, and even Special Forces training. The cadets were wearing the uniform, they train on military bases, and they meet locally at the National Guard Armory in Yuba City.
And right now we have the Yuba-Sutter Veterans Service Office, which is very important to active vets because they help make it possible to get from place to place and do all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely, and they are under the Health and Human Services of Yuba County, and they provide, like you said, community resources through programs such as Public Assistant, CalWorks, Public Health, Veteran Services, and the Employment Services that help us in making their mission come to life. And we thank them for their service. In fact, seated just a few feet in front of us is our VSO, Mr. Marvin King from last year, who's just an amazing individual.
While we have a little break in the action here, we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back. We need to acknowledge the people that are helping make this possible.
Hi, I'm Neil Goforth of Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties. Caring for elders or even yourself has challenges. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada